Welcome to MMA News Radio. Presented by MMA Signatures, featuring weekly special guests, ass-kicking interviews, fight results, and much, much more. Here are your hosts, Eric Kowal of MyMMANews.com and AJ Hiller of MMASignaturesUSA.com.
Welcome to another episode of My MMA News Radio. I'm your host, Eric Kowal, joined always by my partner in crime, AJ Hiller. And tonight we have a very, very busy episode, but it's going to be very exciting. We have two guests in studio. We have Miss Dakota Mergott. She's a Maverick MMA ring card girl, and her boyfriend, he's also a professional fighter, Eric Roncoroni. He's going to be fighting at Maverick MMA 4. And then later today in the show, we're going to have Brett Martinez competing this Friday night at Bellator 186. He's going to be calling in the show. So we have three guests tonight. We've got a lot to cover. We had a UFC this past weekend. We've got a UFC this weekend. We've got Bellator. We've got a lot going on. So we're going to jump right into it. We're going to talk with Eric. Last time I saw you, you were getting ready to win back your Ring of Combat middleweight title.
Yeah.
And
that was the plan.
That was the plan. But unfortunately, as an MMA, it's 50-50 shot. What happened?
I don't know. I haven't fought for a year. I don't really believe in ring rust, but I got clipped with the right hook, and that's all she wrote basically. Usually takes a punch or two to get me in the fight, and that just happens to be the first punch she landed was the starter and the ender all in one go. So
that guy took a cheap shot on him.
Now
touching
with that
gloves.
Oh yeah, with that fight.
He
Now,
didn't.
I don't know much about that opponent, but wasn't he a professional boxer, like 11-0?
Yeah, he was 11. I think he was 11-1 with like 2 or 3 knockouts, and the rest were decisions.
So what was the game plan going in there? Was it to take him down, or was
Game
it to
plan
bang?
was just get out there and just start beating him up right away. And apparently I kind of reached out to touch his glove, which is kind of stupid. Don always says never touch him.
Right.
Then I just got caught. That's all. I remember a left hook and a right hook. Right hook hit me right behind the ear. And I guess apparently, I haven't watched the video yet, apparently I was still kind of moving with it, so it didn't really knock me out, because my body was still moving, still in defense, but it happens. I call it karma. I've knocked out plenty of people in my professional career.
So you deserve that, right?
Kinda.
Is that what you're saying? I deserve to get
karma.
knocked
So
out.
it's easier to look at it that way, because it's karma for everyone else I beat up during practices and in my fights, and so it is what it is, but I take it in good stride and
Absolutely.
on to the next one.
I've seen you fight in your amateur career and pro career several times, and you're always known for your chin. So that was like shocking.
But the thing is, it didn't hit me on the chin.
Yeah, I know.
I would say an illegal hit, but I guess my noggin doesn't take more than my chin.
When I had my brief moment of wanting to fight, I trained with Eric a little bit, and he is a very, very confusing fighter to figure out.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you, he's very unorthodox. He's got you're southpaw, right?
Southpaw. Yeah, I've been working with orthodox. Being a righty and switching on and off. But everyone I train with, they say things very unorthodox.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I try not to be, but it's just the way I
it's
just
a
look
good
at
thing.
things.
I think it's a good thing because I could never figure out. I mean, like I said, I wasn't ever gonna fight him.
We almost got you in it though.
What's that?
We almost got you into one of the fights. We almost got you one.
But
it was cool though.
But he's very unorthodox, very hard to figure out. So that
Now
was very
you
surprised.
figured it out. Hit him on the back of the head.
Yeah.
Then that's not too hard.
Yeah.
You want to do it outside? I got the game plan now. I got the blueprint.
But I'll tell you what, every time Eric comes off a loss, he comes back and he'll win 3, 4, 5 fights in a row. So this is just a karma. We'll call it karma.
And I got the best bounce back fight I could ever ask for with Phil Hoss. So
let's talk about that. Maverick MMA 4. It's going to be at the State Theater in Easton. What's the date? December 9th?
December 9th.
Yeah. December 9th. Willie Siska, promoter, brings you on. What's going on with that fight? You're fighting Phil Hoss.
Yeah, Phil Hoss. I guess they found him to come out because rest of the 185 pounders in this area are honestly afraid to fight me. Cause most of them I train with, and they already know like it's gonna be a bad night. But yeah, Phil Haas, it's great name. He's on the Contender Series.
He was on the Ultimate Fighter also.
Oh, that-
Ultimate
yeah.
Fighter, Dana White
Yeah.
Tuesday,
I
Contender
just did
Series,
the Contender Series, yeah.
World Series of Fighting, Legacy. So
Mhm.
he's probably one of the
Yeah, he's got
most well-rounded
six
fighters.
fights. I say I have more experience. He probably has more public eye experience, I guess, like whatever that counts. But I say I got more cage experience than him. But you know, it'll be interesting. It'll be good. It's like I said, it's gonna be it's gonna be one of the best fights I could ask for after a loss that I just took. Yeah. And I haven't fought over a year, so so we'll see.
So I see AJ brought you guys some Landshark beverages. So tomorrow is when you're gonna start the fight,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Cutting weight tomorrow. You know, not too much. Normal weight cut for me. Yeah. You know.
You're gonna start weight cut tomorrow.
Yeah.
For December 9th fight.
Yeah, start cutting.
Oh, he's been.
Yeah, I got
we've
27
been-
pounds to go.
27?
213.
That's
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was 225 my last camp for the.
What about Thanksgiving?
Year. Yeah, well,
What is
I'm
he?
gonna be
Cranberry sauce?
cranky motherfucker. I'll be licking the sides just like that's it. Just tasting. It
You'll
should be
live
good.
through me, through food.
Yeah, I let her eat a lot of food just to see
Baby,
if it tastes good.
So-
I know it tastes good, but I let her eat it.
So how did the fight come about though? Did you go to Willie or Willie go to you?
Originally, the last Maverick 3 they had Sherman. I was there to be introduced to challenge for the middleweight title after Gritalo and Angelo fought. But apparently Angelo, you know, had sustained some injuries during his camp and still fought against Gritalo, beating him. But he's unable to fight. He's got to take some time off, get it, heal up. And I was, they brought me in to do that, but then they just came up with Phil Haas. I was like, fuck it, man. No one else wanted to fight me, so it's a better name to fight anyone else around here. So I'll take whatever.
Were they in talks at all of fighting Gritalo?
Yeah, a couple times for Ring Combat and the Maverick, but they're, their camp, they already know. They're,
Right.
Without saying and training, but we had a verbal agreement, me and Gritalo, 3-4 years ago maybe when we first trained. I brought it up. I was like, yo, dude, we're gonna fight one day. You realize that? And we're like, oh yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be great for the crowd, but great for everybody. But that was 3-4 years. Things change. People don't improve. I got a little better, but that it just didn't happen. I'm past that, and Phil Haas, he's on my radar.
So did you watch Gritalo versus you were
Yeah, I was
You
there. I
were
was there. I was
remember-
supposed to. I was.
So what did you
supposed
think
to
of
come
the
in.
fight though?
Man, Gritalo.
Because I liked
the last round.
I liked the fight.
Yeah,
It
I
was
thought
a
it was
great
cool.
fight.
What's that guy's name? Who did he fight again?
Angelo.
Angelo. He looked great. He looked like the type of fighter that I'd be. I am in there. Throwing kicks, all that stuff.
Those kicks, you heard them.
Yeah. Oh, that first
2
kick
blocks
threw him
away.
to the body.
Yeah.
He ate it, but that hurt. But yeah, I don't know. I guess he's training with Crew Diggs with his stand up. It looks good in videos, but fight time you actually got to throw him.
Yeah.
Like she said, it's kind of funny what she said. She's like, he could have gone in there with no arms and still did better. But it is what it is. But like I said, I'm on
Now,
to new
are
better
you
things.
are you just trash talking because
Nah,
you got the fight didn't come, or do you really
He
believe?
turned him down.
He turned me down. Well,
Twice.
the thing is, I'm just pissed off that he declined the Ring of Combat title and chose to go to a Maverick title. I'm not no diss on Maverick. They're upcoming. They're good promotion coming up. They got solid lineup.
But yeah, Ring of Combat was
But like,
established. Got
yeah,
60 shows.
and me and him being training partners for so long, it would have been great for one of us to at least come back
With the belt.
with the belt instead of a Russian or this Egyptian dude or whatever. I was like, dude, we have an opportunity to bring it back for our group. Now, since he declined it, and then that kind of put the X and split everything up. So now with
So now
him and
you
his
guys
teammates and everything,
Now
apparently
you're
I'm
not
the
Facebook friends.
apparently I'm like the spy and fucking bad person and whatnot. But it is what it is. But that's why I'm mad about that part. I don't care about the fight. It's never gonna happen. They don't want it. They declined it twice. Commissioner declined the first time. Second time they gave it to him, he was approved because they couldn't find anyone else. Because that's
Why
what's
did the
like Tim
commissioner
Williams.
decline it?
He declined it because I guess he didn't have enough fights or whatnot. But that was the second option after Tim Williams. He got called up to the UFC. I was supposed to fight him for a Ring Combat. Then just you know, they went back to him twice. They approved it a second time, and they declined it and whatnot. So it is what it is. It's a fight game, but if you're in my division, we're gonna fight. So might as well get it over with and learn from it and grow faster.
Wasn't there talks about you going out and being in the house, Ultimate
Yeah,
Fighter house?
I was went out to New Mexico with Claudia Gadella's fight against what's that?
Andrade.
No, the
No,
one before that with the blonde Polish girl.
Carolina.
Yeah, I was out there with her with Dawn for her camp. I had everything set up to go out to Vegas because they're doing the 185 male division with, I think it was the 25 female and 35 female all in one.
15.
Something like, yeah, that 2 women division and the 185. So
Right.
got everything signed up, got my tickets, all that. Went out to New Mexico for a couple weeks. Then the week of the tryouts, they shut it down,
yeah.
and they're doing 125, I believe, right now.
Yep,
The new
the
champ,
women's.
which I don't blame them. They make new division, which is probably a little more money making for them. But yeah, everything's set up to go
That
out
sucks
there.
for you because you
Yeah.
bought a ticket, you lost the money.
Yeah, it's all good.
Hopes
But
and dreams smashed.
yeah, I still got to learn out there. Went to Chris Luttrell out there and Ray Eves in their academy. I worked with them a lot. Actually got to see Greg Jackson's gym, which is kind of not what you expect.
Actually,
it to be.
it's Michael Winklejohn's gym.
Oh yeah, well, I guess. Well, he took over. You know,
Right,
he
right.
snuck his way in apparently. But yes, I went out there. I saw that facility, and you know what? Yeah, there's better facilities out here. It's just the people just go out there for the namesakes. There's really no coaching out there. It's everyone brings their own
Right.
people with them, and they just train in a just open room with 2
Yeah.
cages.
So I talked to a lot of fighters, and I talked to a guy last week who's actually fighting for the Titan belt next month, the lightweight belt, and he trains at a gym in Georgia. And he told me, he's like, I'd rather train here than like say at an American top team, because there are 100 professional fighters there, at American top team, and to them, the coach, you're just a number. You know, you don't get the one-on-one every single day
Nope.
with the top guys.
That's exactly
And
right.
there's a lot of guys like that. Ronnie Levine, you guys know him
Yeah.
in this area. He went down there. He changed his life. He went down there, and he's like, yeah, you know, I train with Mike Brown and these other guys, but it's like I haven't worked my way up to get like a full session with them. Like they show me a takedown and
Right.
walk to the next guy.
It's a business. Whoever's making them money, that's who they're going to focus on.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, at the end of the day, the top gym in the country is right here in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, on Main Street. You know,
plug.
yeah. So you
Got
know,
a good
people are
juice
looking
bar
to
there.
train. Yeah.
Real good.
Well,
It's
well
right
since
there.
you already did the plug, just tell them where it's at.
Yeah, it's 564 Main Street, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. MMA Signatures Jiu-Jitsu Asylum. We have the best jiu-jitsu coaches in the area.
Yeah, Lynn's a good guy.
Amazing boxing coaches in the area. You know, we're getting some champions out of here. You know, we got some fights coming up this weekend, which we'll talk about in a little bit. We also have amateur boxing this weekend. 4 guys out of the gym are fighting amateur boxing down in Scranton. So, yeah, it's, you know,
I'm looking at the
good place to train.
Well, enough about you. We also have Dakota here, and we brought her in. She's with Eric. They came here together. And a couple months ago, Dakota reached out to me and said, "Hey, I want to become a ring card girl." And besides me having man boobs, I don't know a damn thing about how to get anybody into becoming a ring card girl.
You gotta shake your little booty.
So I said, okay, you know, I looked at where she's at, like in location, and looked at fight cards, and I talked to Willie, and we got her on there. We did the photo shoot.
Right.
Bill took the photos at your gym, and
Lovely photos.
so the card was, what was it, September or was it October?
That was the Mavic 3 card.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what was it? It was
Ooh,
September,
I don't
right?
know. Yeah, like
I think it was
month
September.
or two.
It was about a month ago.
Yeah.
So how did it go for you? How did
The shoot or the
no
whole thing?
your first ring card experience?
It was honestly so easy, and I didn't know, I wasn't aware that I was going in the cage actually. Willie and I had spoke for like 2 seconds when I got there. He's like, "You good? You got it? Like you're going in, you're going out?" And I was like, "I'll figure it out."
There's really
Okay.
not much to it, right? You just hold up the
Yeah.
card and walk around.
Well, originally, I forget her name, the girl that was with me, we were supposed to just take pictures and kind of try to sell some of the stuff. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, you're going in there." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Like, where are the signs?" You know. And then I talked to, I don't know who, and I was exactly, like, you know, when do I go in? When do I go out? That's all. They said in between rounds. Blah,
You're
blah.
definitely nervous.
Walked
Though. You
in.
almost didn't do
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
You almost
We went
didn't do
to-
it.
We went to the
Before.
venue. You were so nervous. I was like, "It's gonna be the
Oh,
Was this
easiest
shit.
thing
before?
to do."
Was this before or after the photo shoot? Because after the photo shoot, after the photos
This
were
was
out
almost
there,
when we were about to go to the fights. Like
After
that
that,
night.
Well, I was, I mean, a little nervous. But once I got there, I was like, all right,
Yeah.
this is cool. And
Came
then I
back out once
walked
we
in
announced
and
that
it
you're
was-
there.
You had everybody in the whole place confused. You realize that because it was you were going into the second round and you were holding up the number 1.
Was I?
Yep, and
At one
everybody was like,
point?
"What the hell's going on?"
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, and then
You're
the
such
next
a
round you were
liar.
holding up the 2.
No.
We didn't even know what the
Reverse
heck
order.
round it was.
No, I did not. That did
actually
not
happens, though.
happen.
That actually happens a lot. And
I was so
friend,
aware of
my friend
that
Eric
not
Beam,
happening.
he's a reporter at Connecting Vets, and he covered the UFC 205 for me, but he went to a card, Shogun fight card, in Maryland, in Maryland a couple weeks ago, and he kept sending me pictures. He's like, dude, this ring card girl has the sign upside down.
Oh, no.
She has
Her
upside
eyes
down. They
across.
had the wrong round.
Yeah.
The fight was over, and she walked back in there with like the round 3.
Oh,
she kept
boy.
screwing it up, and they had to keep
no.
they literally had put the card in her hand and go. But
There was
doesn't happen.
there was a UFC fight. This is going back probably, I don't know, 8-10 years ago. I don't remember who it was, but all I remember is it was a 4-minute round. Do you remember this?
The 4-minute rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it was supposed to be 5 minutes, but they did the clappers and it ended at 4 minutes. And I remember they were like, "That was a 4-minute round." You know, I don't know if you probably don't remember.
Which
You're
it
probably
was
drunk
one-
in the
oh, it was
military
one.
or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Says
So
the-
how did you
says the
guys
guy who's
meet?
drinking,
I know. How did you guys
every
meet?
week.
Eric, were you fighting
Oh,
and
boy.
saw her in the crowd and said, "Oh, yo,
She
Dakota"?
stalked me.
Yo,
she
Dakota.
No, you know what? It's funny that you say that because I was getting into training and I knew a friend that knew Eric, and I had always seen him on like Snapchats and stuff, and I was like I need to know who that is.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
cute. He's
I
a
want
cute-looking
him to
guy.
teach
Yeah,
me.
that
Like
was-
I needed to know
That
like the right
blinking
gear,
Yeah.
the right kind of stuff, and yeah, he fell for me. So you know,
Oh, he fell
Oh, he
for
came
you.
to me, I think.
So you
That's-
stopped him.
I
and
got
he
him.
fell for you.
and I talked to him about training and the best places to go, blah blah blah, and then we never really stopped talking. So
That's awesome.
But now you're
That's
talking
awesome.
about fighting. So
I'm
Yeah.
excited. Yeah.
you're training. You guys are training over at Pure
Yep.
under Andy and
Got her
Mike.
signed up, get
Yep.
all the basic technical wise aspects.
Now let me ask you: is there a 75-pound weight division?
I'll obviously be doing 105, and
the one and only 75
Yeah.
pound champ.
yeah, I'm a little one.
Fighting
Nah, she's
Bulu
Bulu
Bulu out of
strong.
Ethiopia.
yeah.
I can
she's
definitely
a strong
hold
girl.
my own though.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah.
no, seriously, what's the timeline and for you
You're
to
saying what, February, right?
February?
We're thinking around February.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking May, but a little early. It depends on how
Yeah.
she
Have you,
picks
have
things
you
up.
talked to any promotions or?
I'm sure I'll talk to Willie first.
That'd be
He'll probably
great.
get me in there first.
Match
you know.
before she's doing the ring guard girls. Next thing
I
you
can
know,
do
she's,
both.
she's
She
in the
can do both.
cage.
She smashed girls'
Yeah.
face and run
Yeah,
out, get
that's
the
right.
ball, hit her with that a couple times, and then, come back
right.
in.
Good idea.
2 checks in one.
Yeah. Kill 2 birds with one
Yeah.
stone.
Hey, I'll take it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm
Good idea.
excited.
Hey, I'd like to thank everybody watching. We're on Facebook Live right now with 2.2 million people watching.
Wow.
So thank you guys.
Where's my compensation check?
Yeah.
So no, seriously though, about the fight. I mean, what's making you say, hey? First, you wanted to go become a ring card girl. You wanted to try that. Something sparked. And you said, hey, I'm
Well-
gonna try it. But now you want to. Why are you going from that to fighting?
All right, so I'll tell you exactly. I've always wanted to fight, actually, due to some ongoing health issues that we're not going to really get into. It's been really hard to be consistent 100% with my training, but we're finally getting to the bottom of it, and we have a game plan now, and I'll be able to full-time train just like Eric, like he does with his camps or when we're, have the off season. So I'm excited about that. But as far as a ring card girl, I never necessarily wanted to be the ring card girl, but I am enrolled in school right now under the NASM, National Academy of Sports Science. So
Okay.
I will be certified in all 4 certs. So I wanted that kind of, that exclusive kind of people know who I am, bring in new clients, that kind of intel. With being a ring card girl, getting out there, getting my name known.
So you were marketing yourself.
I was.
Mhm.
And I think it's a smart idea. Willie knew that. And he was like, go for it. Like, I think it's a great idea. So,
Take advantage of your opportunity.
yeah, I actually got a lot of followers and people reaching out to me. And so, it's
like
worked.
reaching out to
They
like,
wanna
not like
tr-
creepers, right?
A couple. I can't say there haven't been a couple. But, It definitely
I wanna
works.
lick your toes.
Yeah, they pay good money though.
Hey. But that's the original reason why I wanted to be the ring card girl. Get myself out there, kind of. So fighting was always first, but the ring card girl was kind of a perk. And it was fun.
So do you think you'll do the ring card girl thing again?
Yeah, well, his fight's on the 9th, so
Yeah.
Willie's like, you should just. I was like, okay.
But are you
Yeah.
going to be able to do that mentally with him in the cage fighting?
Oh yeah, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
If anything, I'll be more pumped. A little more pep in my
That's cool.
step.
That might-
Talkative when she walks in. She
You
shakes
got-
a little booty.
Yes.
You guys might be the first boyfriend,
It's gonna be like your
girlfriend,
spinach.
check
ring
that
card
out, yeah.
girl fighter on the same card in
Have to fact check
Pennsylvania.
you on
that
Yeah,
one.
we'll have to fact check that one.
Yeah, that
I
might
know
be
neat.
there's been UFC fighters that have dated ring card girls, but those are usually like, they're flavor of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Those are the perks you got.
She's your spinach. You know?
Oh boy.
That's awesome, though. Yeah, we wish you guys the best of luck. That's awesome. And Eric, you're always an exciting fighter to watch.
Yeah, my problem, I just gotta get going faster. You know, I look at myself, I'm like a diesel engine. You know,
Yeah.
it takes a couple cranks to get going, but when I get going, man, get the fuck out of my way,
Yeah.
man. Pardon my language, but man,
That's
when I get going, it's rough. It's rough for the other person, but you know, that's what we've been working on. Just get going.
Nice. I know nothing about this Haas kid, but
I just know he took a foot to the face. And I just gotta watch some other videos, and you know, I know he's like Gracie.
yeah. Have you been
Some
working on
greasy.
your feet?
Oh yeah, I'm always
Foot
walking
to the
around.
face.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah, but no, yeah. Working on I always work. I work on everything. Right? Cartwheel kicks, like a whole bunch. I just work on weird stuff that
Yeah.
you just gotta work on
Right.
when you're in camp. Or,
No. What's his background? Is he a boxer?
He's a
or-
wrestler.
He's a
Oh, is he
He's a
really?
wrestler. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
Well, now, is it-
collegiate wrestler. or
Are you
something.
working on your defense?
Yep.
with
yep.
wrestling?
Yeah, I'm working with Danny Boy. That's what we call him down at Carnicella's. He's Division I wrestler, all that. So he's
Right.
been putting it on me. And actually get to train with I believe Jacare tomorrow. So that's gonna be pretty interesting.
that's-
Jacare Souza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in Jersey apparently, and like tomorrow I have to work with him. I guess he's getting ready for one of his another shindig.
Nice.
Should be
I
good.
think I believe you have the height and reach over Phil.
I
if
believe
I'm
so.
not
I
mistaken.
think he's a little shorter, like an inch or so. I'm not sure about the arm reach. Or
Where's
anything.
he out of? Where's he from?
He's a Jersey guy.
Enzo?
Now,
Is it Enzo Gracie? or
Is
something?
any relation to J Haas?
No, Hawes.
Hawes.
Hawes, H-A-W-E-S.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah,
Same,
yeah,
same
same
thing. Same thing.
Tomato,
Both-
tomato.
They
Yeah.
both start with the H.
Yeah, they start
And end with
they're
an
close.
S.
Jay Haas, he's
And-
a cool kid. He's a
No,
good
but he
guy.
does. Like we said, he's probably on paper, Eric's. He's going to probably be your toughest
Oh
opponent.
yeah.
Resume-wise, he's fought for Legacy. He's fought for
Mhm.
World Series of Fighting. He's been on the Ultimate Fighter. He's fought on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Oh.
It's gonna be interesting. It's a fight. Fight's a fight. You never know. You know, paper's paper, but
Yeah.
when you get in there, it's all flesh and blood, and whoever gets their hand raised at the end, you know,
Yeah.
that's what counts.
Nice. We'd like to thank some of our sponsors.
Yeah, yeah.
Right now.
We're waiting on Brett Martinez to call in a couple minutes, but
Yeah.
you might as well run down.
Yeah,
through the sponsors.
combo hitter. Brad Kohler with the combo hitter. It's the combo hitter system, which was created by Brad Kohler,
former UFC fighter.
former UFC fighter, and this system is absolutely amazing. Terry, maybe we could run the ad real quick for the combo hitter. Check out combohitter.com. We actually have 3 of them in our gym. It's all in one.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, the undisputed, indestructible combo hitter, the newest innovation in punching
Hold on 1
technology.
second.
Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, the undisputed, indestructible.
All right. We also have, Campbell's Tree
Ladies
Service.
and gentlemen, in this corner, the undisputed.
Call Andy at 570-595-2190. Juiced, a healthy alternative to eating great food. Located at 564 Main Street in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. And Forza Sports. Check out ForzaSports.com. Use coupon code MMANews and receive 10% off. Okay?
And then also our last 2 sponsors, we have Yulo Chiropractic. They are located in New Jersey, southern New Jersey. DrYulo.com, 856-269-4567. Keep your body healthy, get your spine adjusted. And for all those fighters, you know that's very important to keep your body healthy. You might want to make an appointment there, drulo.com. And Pull No Punches Apparel. Visit pullnopunchesapparel.com. It's a business started by Mark Westfall. He sells all sorts of different kind of motivational apparel. So check them out. Right now on the line we have Brett Martinez fighting this Friday night, Bellator 186. How you doing, Brett? Are you there?
Yeah.
Can you hear us, Brett?
Yep, I can hear you guys.
All right. Thanks for calling in, bud. And you know, it's amazing because you were actually almost on time.
Right on time.
Yep.
So Brett, last time you fought, you know, you're fighting, you're stepping in the cage. It's been a little bit more than 2 years. I believe your last fight was in 2015. You had a couple losses there, and you took some time away from the sport. But what is that motivational factor that, you know, came back and said, hey, I want to get back in the cage and I want to make it on this Bellator card at Penn State?
You know, it was just, when I lost, I thought I was done. And just having a little time off helped me realize, like, I got a couple more left. Then I got the call from Bellator and I figured, well, if I'm going to go out, I might as well go out on a big card like that. So I figured at least give it one more shot, see how this goes, and go from there.
Now, you're not new to Bellator. You've had some experience there, but the last time you fought for Bellator was under the Bjorn Rebney days, before Scott Coker took over. Are you expecting there to be any changes? I mean, I know you fought for multiple promotions over the years, but do you expect there to be any changes that are going to be noticeable to you? Are you looking forward to any of those changes?
From what I'm seeing, it looks like it's going to be a couple changes, and it looks like it's going to be, as far as changes, going to go in a good way. I mean, when I fought for Bellator before, they always treated me good and everything, but we'll see how the changes are. I mean, a lot of the UFC guys are going over to the UFC, so we'll see what the changes are like, but as far as I'm concerned right now, I'm just looking forward to the fight.
So you're fighting Mike Wilkins, if I'm not mistaken. Is that still your opponent?
Yes, it is.
And his last fight, I believe he has a loss, right? He fought Rich Petishnak, CFFC. I believe that's the guy he fought last.
Yes, it is.
So you obviously watched some film on that fight, you know, kind of fill out your opponent. What do you know about him? What have you seen on him in recent film?
From what I've seen, he's pretty well-rounded. Uses strikes to get the takedowns. But the one thing I've seen, which I think I can use to my advantage, is it seems like after the first round he kind of starts to tire, which I know they're going to obviously think me being 2 years off, I'm also going to gas, but I have an endless gas tank, so I'm just going to keep going. So I'm going to hopefully use that as my advantage. He comes out, like I said, balls are blazing, and I think after seeing me having 2 years off, they're going to expect me to gas and have ring rust, so they're going to come at me hard. And I'm just ready to capitalize on that and weather the storm and hopefully get a finish or a win.
Now, I assume since it's fight week and you're cutting weight, you're not going out tomorrow going trick-or-treating, right?
No, not at all.
How is the weight cut going for you now that it's fight week?
It's going pretty good, actually. It's the best weight cut I had. I actually did it the right way for once. I have a strength and conditioning coach. I have a dietitian, so everything's going really well. I mean, I've lost the weight, but I'm stronger than I was before. And I mean, like, I just ate dinner, and I'm only 5 pounds over, so I can't really complain about that.
So when you said you're 5 pounds, you're gonna start cutting like tomorrow, Wednesday? What's the plan?
I don't really feel like I'm gonna be cutting. Just working out, I'm gonna be losing the weight. So I mean, I'm still gonna work out and stuff, but like if I don't really feel like I have to cut anything. I mean, I'm obviously going to cut some stuff down, but I'm still going to do my normal 3 meals a day, drinking water and stuff like that. 5 pounds is nothing.
Yeah, and Brett, we know, like in the past, some of your fights, you had some big weight cuts. You know, like the day before, 2 days before, and you know, this time, I mean, I see all the time out of the gym, and you know, we're so excited, and I think this is going to be the best Brett Martinez that we've seen, and hopefully, you know, this isn't your last fight. Hopefully, you know, this is just the start of your career, because you're still young, brother. You're still young, right?
Yeah, I mean, the last couple weight cuts I had, I mean, I went in with the wrestler mentality. Oh, I can lose so much weight over time, like in a short amount of time and everything. But this time, I actually start losing weight right when I got the call, and everything went fine. I mean, I looked better than I did in my other fight. So, I mean,
Well,
we'll see how
hopefully.
things go. I mean, so hopefully we'll keep going and get the win and see where everything falls into place.
Yeah, because this, I mean, I don't know if you know this, Eric, but Brett was up to about 240 pounds. You know, when he was. No, I'm only kidding. No, we bust his chops all the time at the gym. You know, and you know, I think he gets the itch because he's in there training with a lot of MMA fighters, and he helped two of the fighters for their camps, both Pat Cooper and Nick Sekuli's get ready for their fights. So it happened right at the right time. Like he got that call right when he was helping these guys train for their fights. So I know there's no doubt. And the craziest, I'm not even going to talk about what he went through prior to receiving this call, but he shouldn't even have been in there training with these guys, and he was training with these guys. You know what I mean? It's in his blood. I think this is going to be a not the end of the career. I think this is going to be the start of your career, buddy.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, like you said, there was a couple of things that that I shouldn't have been doing, but it's just how I am, and just suck it up and go with it.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, he hasn't missed a beat. I see him in there with I don't know if we're going to call them top guys, but people who are great at what they're doing, and Brett's making them look like they've never done this a day in their life.
Well, he's got a wealth of experience. I mean,
Yeah.
Brett was one of the top guys in this area, for a number of years there.
Yeah. But none of this happened until he started training out of the MMA Signature Jiu-Jitsu Asylum Gym right here in MMA.
Another cheap plug. He's been doing it all night, Brett.
I'm only kidding. And we got another local talent here in the studio, and
We got Eric.
What up, Brett?
Roncoroni.
Congratulations on Bellator, man.
Thanks.
You still had it when
Good
I was
luck
over
on your
there
fight.
training. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Got Phil Horst. So we both got some stuff to do.
Yeah, it's so
Yes, we
great
do.
to see local talent, making it to some of these stages, and there's no doubt, Brett, after this fight, they're probably going to sign you to a multi-billion-dollar contract.
$1
which-
billion, right?
Billion
Yeah.
yen.
And there's just so much talent in these areas. We're sitting here in the studio with one, actually two, and then three if you want to count Eric. And Eric Roncoroni too. He's the fourth
good.
one. No, I'm only kidding. And then we got Brett, who's he's doing his camp right. He's training with a lot of top level fighters, and we're excited. I mean, we're taking the limousine down on Friday.
Nice.
Another plug. That was another plug. I don't know if you heard that, but we're gonna go down there, and we got a lot of guys from the gym going to support.
When are you going down there, Brett? Weigh-ins or Thursday? When are you going down?
I'm going down Wednesday.
Going on
They
Wednesday.
already have it. I mean, that's one nice thing I wasn't expecting. They already have a room. Like last time I went to Bellator, I got there, like weigh-ins were Thursday. I got there Thursday. Then we had to do all the photo shooting and stuff, and then I had to weigh in, which I had no time to cut. But I mean, luckily I had maybe an hour. But this time now they want us down. They want us down Wednesday already. Do the photo shoot, and then we can cut weight one after that. And then we have Thursday too, which I also a thing that they start doing is my weigh-ins are now between 9 and 11 a.m.
Yep.
So I can weigh in early,
What?
and then I have all day to recover,
Yeah.
Nice.
and the next day.
That's a good thing. So, AJ and I will be out there Friday. We'll both be cage side, and we wish you the best of luck. We'll see you out there, and we'll talk to you after. I'm sure I'll probably be back there interviewing after the fight's over.
All right,
But,
cool.
Yep. You have anybody that you want to plug?
Any sponsors?
No.
No.
Nope.
All
Well,
right.
that's always great. To
Well,
hear.
that was easy.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we'll see you out there Friday, Brett, and best wishes.
Yeah, man. Best
All
of
right,
luck.
thank you.
Kick butt, bud.
All
Good
right,
luck.
thank you.
You're the
All right.
man.
Yep, see ya.
Bye bye.
So that was Brett Martinez fighting this Friday, Bellator 186, and let's run through that fight card real quick. We got on the undercard, a couple fighters from this area. Some names that you might know. Main event on the undercard is Matt Lozano against Dominic Mazzata. Lozano was the WCC flyweight champion out in Lancaster. He won the title out there during, I think it was the stadium show.
Did he
that they
fight
did.
Eddie? He fought Eddie.
Alvarez?
just fought,
he fought
Tommy,
Eddie
yeah.
Alvarez. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Matt Lozano, we've got, let's see who else.
That's cool.
A couple other names. Matt Secor's on that. He was on the Ultimate Fighter.
Alright.
He's fought with Bellator quite a bit.
He's a big draw.
Yeah.
Well, he fights like in New York, Connecticut shows like that area. But yeah, he gets a lot of.
And he's a referee for Naga.
Is he?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ethan Goss versus Andrew Salas. We just said Brett Martinez versus Mike Wilkins. Scott Clymer versus Mike Putman. Frankie Buenafuente, Ring of Combat guy.
Yeah, he's one of my training partners down
Yeah,
Carnicel's.
He's fighting Francis Healy. I don't know if he's any relation to
Pat Healy?
I don't know. But we'll be pulling for Frankie on that one.
Yes,
because
Of course.
he's a local
He's
guy.
local.
Main card, you've got the former light heavyweight champion, Phil Davis, going up against Leo Leite. Leite? I don't know.
I don't even know.
Then your girl going
Alima
for the
McFarland
Yeah.
going for the inaugural championship in
flyweight title, right?
Yes. So we're excited to be sponsoring Alima. We've sponsored her for her last 2 fights in Bellator, and very excited. And actually, the team that I work with, with Alima, they have 3 folks that are fighting on that card that night. Did you get the information I sent you?
Yes, I did.
Did you call Matt?
I did not.
But thanks. And good luck to all of them. But Alima, what a sweetheart. She's an absolute sweetheart. She's undefeated. She's from Hawaii, and she's a machine. She's an absolute machine. Maybe you could fight her. No, I'm only kidding. She's we're wishing her the best of luck. We're gonna be down there, watching the fight and getting her fight memorabilia.
This is a rematch for her, I believe. Emily Dakota. I believe they fought before.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Ed Ruth versus Chris Dempsey.
Penn State.
Yeah. Ed Ruth, he's got this is his debut, right?
No, he's got MMA fights. Maybe debut with Bellator, right?
But with Bellator, yeah.
Yeah.
But Chris Dempsey, he's a guy,
Former UFC guy.
fighter, so he's got some experience. He's a big draw out in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. And
So-
Ed Ruth, I mean, he's national champion out of Penn State, Division I wrestler. That's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a really good fight. Of course, we got to vote for the Penn State. I'm a Penn State alumni.
You don't
so.
vote.
Well, root. No, well, I'm going to vote.
This is-
I'm going to vote.
This isn't the,
Get your touchpads ready.
Yeah.
this isn't American Idol. But co-main event, Zach Freeman versus Saad Awad. That's a good fight. Zach Freeman was the guy that everybody didn't think had a chance because Bellator built up the guy who was doing his debut, Aaron Pico.
Oh, yes, that's right. That was at Madison Square Garden.
Yes,
yes.
and Freeman, he walked in there. I think he was like working a side or a business
Right.
up until the day of weigh-ins. Walked in there, and he's like, "Well, I just came from work and this and that." He's like, nobody expected him to win.
Yeah.
He said, I was brought in here to lose," and
Good for him.
he ended up winning. So.
That's not the co-main event, is it?
At least on the paper, the schedule that I've seen so far, Bellator always changes it up. They always, especially even with the preliminary card, they always
Right.
have dark matches after the main
I
event.
know, it's crazy. Like Brett Martinez, he might fight
At 3
Sunday.
in the morning. Yeah. You never know the way they do it. They get all the fights in there, but you can never go by their fight
Right.
card because it always changes. And that also goes because of the Spike TV time.
Right.
But then the main event, Ryan Bader defends his title for the first time, light heavyweight title, against Linton Vassell. That's a good.
Linton is no joke. When you're named after a T, you got to back that up. So he's.
That's Lipton. You can't even make a joke right.
No,
At the end of the day,
don't quit your
it's
day
close.
job.
But he's Linton. He's.
No, he's good.
Yeah, he's no joke.
He fought Emmanuel Newton. He's fought King Mo.
Yeah.
Lynn's fought he fought. Did he fight Kimo? He fought McGreary.
Right.
He's fought some tough guys.
Yeah.
He's got good stand up, or do you know anything?
Yeah, he does a lot. He pulls off
He's
a
got
lot
good
of.
stand up. Bader's gonna have a
Yeah, he's
long
very
night.
good.
trying to
He pulls a
hold
lot
him.
of submissions, so Bader can get him down, and
Yes, if he gets, he's got
yeah,
to
but
get him down.
so he's fought for the title before several times. So that should be a good fight.
Yeah. Free fights are always good.
What did you think of this past weekend's UFC?
You know what? I didn't even watch the
You didn't
fights.
watch
I didn't
them?
even watch. However, I was on different sites watching, to see what happened. And what did I tell you? Nobody thought Lyoto was going to lose that fight. And what happened? He got knocked out in the first round.
I don't think anybody thought he
Not like
wasn't
that.
going to lose the fight. I think it was nobody thought he would lose it like that.
Right.
First round knockout, and it was a devastating knockout.
Yeah, Brunson's been doing that last 4 or 5 fights. That left hand. There was a left hook, but they caught him counter to counter.
I think the biggest talk of the night, though, besides the main event knockout, was Colby Covington. I mean, this guy went in there, said he was going to retire Damian Maia, and last week I sat right in your seat and I said, I don't see him doing that.
Yeah.
I don't see him stopping Damian Maia. Damian Maia just came off of a title shot.
Yeah.
I didn't see this kid up and coming and walking through Damian Maia the way he did. What did you think of that fight? Or you didn't watch it?
I didn't even watch that fight. I just saw
I'm asking the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You watched it, right?
Yeah, I saw. I think they found the blueprint for Damian Maia. His Achilles heel is great wrestler. Great wrestler with good takedown. Damian Maia, he's got no hands. You can't take him down. Well, kind of going to get beat up just the way he did. Kobe
Damian
doesn't have great striking, but he kept it up so he could just beat him.
Damian Maia has surprised me though in fights with his wrestling.
Yeah.
He's actually had very good wrestling for.
Yeah.
You know.
But against Tyrone, 26 attempts, 0.
No.
And against Kobe, I don't know how many, maybe 10 or 12. Didn't get
And he
it.
got very tired. What he tried to do.
We came
with
out
it-
hard.
He tried to
Striking,
stand and
tried
strike
maybe
with
prove
him
a point for some reason, or I don't know why.
because Colby said he's gonna end his career.
Yeah.
So.
But his gas tank, it dwindled pretty quick. I think he was 2 over zealous. Damian tried to clip him and take him down.
And what's that? 4 or 5 in a row for Colby, right?
Yeah, but
On tear.
the biggest takeaway from it though was what he said afterwards. He kind of became the heel.
Yeah.
He ain't ever going
he's
back.
like the up and coming Conor McGregor now. All of a sudden, and I think what he did is the thing that most fighters are trying to do, and kind of build a career off of because they see that's where the money is. Is building the trash talk, but he took it to another level.
Yeah.
He basically called everybody in Brazil, because the fight was in Brazil. He called everybody in Brazil.
Filthy
He
animals
said
or
he
something
called them
like that,
filthy
yeah.
animals, and he said the place was a dump. And they had to escort him out of the cage, like run him back. He was getting stuff thrown at him.
Yeah. Throw
And
everything
then,
they could cut their hands.
To make it worse, the next day he issues an apology, but the apology spins, and he says at the end something like, "I apologize to all the filthy animals
Yeah.
that I offended." By
Himself out, yeah.
relating them to those people in Brazil, something like that.
Yeah, he's never going back there to fight.
Yeah. Well, good for him. You know why? Because this is what they need. Like we need more than one Conor McGregor. And at the end of the day, you don't want to insult anybody's nationality. You don't want to insult anybody's country. But at the end of the day, guess what? He just sold 100,000 pay-per-view buys for his next fight.
It's
Maybe.
true.
And he's still got a while to go. He still has a while to go for that.
Yeah.
I mean.
But this is at the end of the day, 100,000 people from Brazil are going to watch to see him get his ass kicked next fight. And that's how this starts to build and build and build and build and build and build. And guarantee his next fight will be with another Brazilian, I'm sure. Then we'll be calling him
Well,
Kobe the Brazilian Killer Covington.
Yeah, he's talking already about title shots.
He's not beating
No,
Tyrone. Tyrone,
no.
he'll smack him around. Tyrone's huge, 70.
Yeah.
I thought Covington was small, 70-pounder. I just thought maybe because Damian Maia was just a lot bigger, but Covington looked small. Striking looked horrible. He was just throwing looping left hands.
Yeah. Well,
Tyrone looked just more. He's smarter. He's just stronger, and I think he would just beat him.
we could
down.
probably all agree that Maia's probably the best jiu-jitsu practitioner in the UFC. He's one of the best.
Yeah, probably the
Say
best
so.
ever.
Yeah, and going in there with the game plan, your game plan is not to get submitted.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
I did that.
and there's very few people who have. I mean, what's Damian Maya's record? I mean, he's
28 and something,
Yeah,
26 maybe.
He's got like 20 fights in UFC.
Yeah.
For someone with that caliber of grappling, like, why wouldn't you want to throw leg kicks and, you know, just have people eat your kicks
Wanna get
and
caught.
work your stand-up? Like, you're so great
right.
at grappling. Like, why are you afraid to strike and throw things? Because like,
Yeah.
what's the worst thing that happen? They're gonna catch a kick and you're gonna get close. Like, people with great wrestling and grappling have like weird like game plans against people. I don't know.
Jim Miller was on the card.
Yeah, that's a shame. What does he do next, man? This is a guy, and no matter who Jim has ever fought, because they consider him a local. You know, Eric, you've
He is
Great
a
guy,
local.
yeah.
Yeah.
Worked out him, sparred down there.
He's an amazing
brother.
guy.
It's the first gym I started at.
Yeah, and he actually, believe it or not, he just started training over the last 2 years. You
Yeah,
know what I
Lyme
mean?
disease, yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, he lost the fight on paper, but he didn't he didn't get injured.
Right.
Yesterday he's sitting in the airport doing
Drinking
Facebook Live
beer.
videos and Instagram. I mean, he was doing everything, all sorts of social media stuff. You know, drinking a beer,
Yeah.
talking about how to margarita. There was not a bruise on his face. He seemed motivated. He was there with his wife. His,
Mhm.
you know, his camp. I don't know.
He's got so much. He's still young.
Yeah,
He
that was
could-
surprising. 34.
Yeah.
We were watching it the other day. She thought he was almost like 40. It was surprising.
Sorry,
he looks
Jim.
a lot older, but he's
I
still
love
a
Jim.
young guy in the fight game. But he's been in it for a while.
Oh,
What was
yeah.
it, like his
It's been
20 something
Yeah.
fight
Yeah.
UFC? So
No, he's a great guy. I'd love to
Mhm.
see him back. I always love watching Jim Miller fights. It's just like you said, what do you do with him next? Because, you know, for him, it's like, okay, in his mind, I want to keep fighting
Yeah.
because I like it and I love it. I get
did
paid.
you become a gatekeeper or?
But
what-
yeah, do you
what
become that guy like that they just book and then you lose and then
kind of where comes
does
his
it
ego comes
yeah
into
does,
place.
does it hurt your
Next thing you know, he'll be fighting Roncoroni at
No,
Maverick.
I'll never make that
16.
weight. Yeah, cut off my lower half. But I am thinking about maybe after this fight dropping to 170. Actually.
You cannot
You
make
can't.
No, I
170.
totally
Your
can.
bones weigh 170,
Nah, man,
Roncoroni. Come on.
I eat
I agree with
everything
you.
in my sight. Like if I get a straight nutritionist, which I'm in talks with Billy D, with the Beyond Fitness. He's my strength and conditioning, but I think it's his cousin. They're starting to do like meal preps, so he's gonna get me involved with that, and we'll see.
They're
see
starting a
after this
company
fight.
kind of like Eat Clean
You know?
Bro. Something like
70,
that.
that one, like even like the 170 division, just it's not like frightening, not scary,
Yeah.
you know. But you know, it'll be a good thing. Good
so is that
thing.
something you want to do after this fight?
After, it's a thought, for sure. You know, get an actual nutritionist because I do all my weight cuts on my own. I just got a strength and conditioning coach just this last 3 months. My last camp, first strength and conditioning coach in the last few years. I had Don Messing when I was an amateur, but he sadly passed away.
Yeah.
And after that, I kind of went on my own with his stuff. But like, I'm just starting to actually get everything that you really need for camps, strength conditioning. Hopefully a nutritionist with Billy's cousin and whatnot. And so it could be a great option, like a realistic goal for me to make 170 and just run havoc.
Yeah, it's
So.
definitely possible. 'Cause you look a little thin. You
I'm
do.
213 right now. I'm kind of,
Busted
there.
your
But
chop.
like I said, I eat everything.
But you're just big
I-
boned. You got a
yeah.
big frame.
I
I
used
mean,
to be
that's a
260 in high school, fat lineman,
yeah.
both sides, and I was faster than a running back. I was just a big athletic kid, but I just don't have anyone telling me what to eat and what not to eat. She
Yeah.
tries to, but
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
the
a
meal prepper.
sugar head, man. I'll
I'm
eat
the
candy, everything.
nutritionist.
Oh yeah.
But
Drink
you know,
beer.
For now.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's good carbs.
Actually,
Liquid carbs.
drinking the beer is a good weight loss.
Oh, actually,
because-
after my weight cuts,
Mhm.
I drink. First thing I have is a beer.
Yeah.
I'll drink a beer right after I weigh in.
Yeah.
It's
How about
fast.
before? Because
No,
Look, you could
I gotta
drink a
make weight first.
yeah, but you could drink a 12 or a 16-ounce beer and piss out 50, 60 ounces.
No, that's true.
You know,
But I don't know if I'll make it. I'll probably pass out. You have to drag me on that scale. But yeah, no, 170. I think that'd be.
I think it's
just at least
possible.
attempt it. I would love to attempt it.
I think you might look like Skeletor in the face a little
Yeah,
bit.
he
Well,
would.
think
Oh
about-
yeah,
'cause you
probably.
already have,
I've
like-
never been.
I'm going
I've
to
never
tell you
been that
what,
low.
I've seen guys who have cut, 20 pounds in a day, and guys that you would look at that you would never think in a million years can make 70.
Mhm.
And I'll give you some examples. Ben Saunders, Joe Riggs. These guys, I mean, you look at Joe Riggs, he's 6 foot tall, he's built like a brick crap house.
His name's Diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he drops down to 170. Now the day of the fight, he might be back up to 200 pounds.
205. Yeah.
Yeah, but I look at Joe and I'm like, man, how is he gonna drop this weight? But guess what? He does it, and it all comes down to that healthy eating and dehydrating yourself. And one good thing about the pros is you're going to weigh in the day before, you know. And then I always thought that as soon as weigh-in's over, you're going to sit there and you're going to eat McDonald's and pizza and pasta and this.
I
and this.
actually ate McDonald's after one of my amateur weigh-ins. I threw it up 10 minutes after.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was cutting for like 2 months or whatever, you know, eating clean.
But you talk to
just had
these
that urge.
nutritionists, and it's like, 6 ounce fish, and then 3 hours later it's this and this. Come on.
It's tough, yeah, it is tough.
It's
but
definitely tough.
Like I
but-
said, if I get a hold of Billy D and all that, it's going to be a great possibility.
That's awesome.
It'll be good.
And
We do
worst
make
case
good
scenario, there's always the finger shoved down the throat.
Yeah.
That's
Or
always
they make
good
the
for 4 or 5
175
pounds.
division.
Yeah.
They can throw that in too. I'll give you an extra 5 pounds.
Yeah.
So that could be a
So
possibility.
this weekend, UFC 217, Madison Square Garden,
Oh, I'm so excited.
3 title fights.
Be a good one.
Exciting.
Exciting?
Super
Or-
excited.
I got Rose though. I'm just gonna say it right now. I got Rose.
Wow.
beating
No.
Joanna, biggest upset of the year.
No way.
I don't know.
I'm just going off the remarks that Joanna was posting about her when she was like throwing elbows, like striking, and afterwards she's like, I'm getting ready to clip all the roses. Roses got thorns, and that thorn's gonna prick back, and I think Rose is
We
gonna
can't
get
say
it.
prick on the air.
Come on.
Can't say prick on the air, Eric.
Freedom of speech, we're good.
Well,
But I got Rose. Big
hold
upset.
on. I gotta ask you. Did you prep that one for?
No,
for
oh
coming
no,
in here?
That
a
came
little
out
bit.
smooth,
No, a little bit.
actually.
But after I saw the video,
Roses have thorns, and I'm like,
no, dude, as soon as Joanna said I'm ready to cut all the roses, I was like, no, you gotta be careful with Rose. Like if she shows up and she's gonna fight, like she's a nasty girl.
She is.
Cause she's like unorthodox as well.
I like Rose. She's a great girl. I think she
Technically, she's not gonna beat
The,
Joanna.
the
No,
seminar, the
technical
seminar
aspect.
that her and Pat Barry did at your gym, I think, was one of the best technical seminars I've ever
Amazing.
seen.
It was amazing.
I like her, but I do not think she can beat Joanna.
I think-
Joanna is just too damn good of a striker.
Technical
and
wise,
she
yeah.
scares the hell out of people. I think Rose.
Rose isn't gonna be scared though. She's
don't
gone
know.
through so much through her life and all that. Like, if she comes to fight with the way she's fought people before,
But then again,
this could be the biggest upset of the year.
Last
I
week
think.
I sat here and said Colby Covington wasn't going to be
Yeah.
getting much.
Right.
Who the hell
That's
knows?
fighting.
No, you're
you know,
right.
but
Yeah, it's fighting.
I actually think you said that Lyoto Machida was going to beat
Brunson.
Brunson.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So
I didn't
you're
think it-
0
Yeah, no, I didn't think he was going to. I didn't think Leota was going to knock him out or anything. I thought
Yeah.
it would be like.
No, I know.
technical point.
But at the
point
end of the
scoring.
day, this is going to be a great fight. There's no doubt about it. Rose,
Oh, yeah.
Rose versus Johanna is going to be an amazing fight.
I'm so
But how about
excited.
this one? TJ versus Garbrandt.
I got,
Who do you have for this?
I got Cody knocking TJ from TJ coming in and out. Cody's just gonna stand his ground in the center and just clip him all day long.
Yep. Yeah,
As long as he
TJ
controls the
is no
center
joke.
octagon, you know,
I don't know. They both looked very impressive against Dominic Cruz.
who looked better?
Yeah, Cruz beat Dillashaw, but I still think.
Garbrandt embarrassed.
Yeah, you break
Yeah,
dancing in front of him.
absolutely
Do all these-
embarrassed.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But if you look, TJ replicated his whole fight
yeah,
from Dominic, which
Yeah.
is, I'd say, a little bit better than Dominic's style, but still, the way Cody destroyed Dominic's game, he's going to do the same thing to TJ.
And Cody's
And
got
he's got
those heavy
hands.
hands.
Yeah. And TJ's going to be coming in like a snake, or whatever. No.
Yeah.
But he'd be coming in, and he's going to get clipped with these heavy fucking cement hands, and
Yep.
all Cody's got to do is just sit in the center of the octagon, and he's just going to get picked apart. He's just going to get beat up.
Yeah,
That's-
believe it or not, I see that fight ending early. I don't even see that going to a decision. I see Cody knocking him out.
Does TJ point fight him or aggressive fight him? Like, how bad does he want this title
think,
back?
Yeah, I
How-
think you guys have very valid points. I just think I want to know, because we haven't seen Cody since he's won the title.
Yeah.
And then he had that back
He had a back- he
injury.
went to Germany or
he had
something like
yeah,
that.
the fight was supposed to happen earlier this year.
Yeah.
Then there was that whole hype with them coaching the show. The fight didn't happen. There's been this long layoff. I think it's been like 11 months now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's been a while.
So I just want to know, like, is any of that going to play
Factor.
into it?
They shouldn't with them high caliber fighters like that. It
Yeah.
shouldn't, but you know it can.
Yeah.
If anything, it
That's-
just makes TJ more anxious to get the fight going faster, and I think he just gets clipped and just smacked around.
Also on the card, before we get to the main event, we'll talk about the other two fights on the main card. Stephen Thompson versus Jorge Masvidal. That's a good one.
I'm a Stephen Thompson fan. I'm a Jorge fan. This is going to be a great fight. I see Thompson coming with the W though.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's got that experience from those title fights.
He's got the
with Tyler.
range. I think he'll keep as long as he keeps him in range. Because look what Masvidal did to Cerrone. He's got great boxing. He knocked him out. If he gets close on Thompson, you could clip him as well.
In my opinion, Thompson is the 175-pound champion.
Yeah, it was first one.
170 pound.
170, yeah.
I said 170. Did I say 75?
Maybe, 'cause I said I put it in your head before.
Yeah,
I was hoping to put 75
170 pound champion.
Yeah.
What I'd like to see though after this is if Thompson beats Masvidal, I'd like to see Darren Till, who just beat Cowboy Cerrone,
yeah.
put him against Masvidal, and then see how he does with there and build, see where Till goes up or down. But that's a fight I like. Since both
That's
fights are kind of
interesting
close
with
in
Till,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
He says he's big. He even said he'd go to 85 because that's basically where he goes.
Then you've got, to open up the fight card, the former welterweight champion, Johnny Hendricks, taking on Paulo Henrique Costa.
Does he make weight?
Does he make weight?
Does he make weight? He should.
He went from 170 to 185, and he didn't make weight at 185.
Yeah.
205. His next step, 205.
He's going to be the heavyweight
Heavyweight champion of the world, Johnny.
The shortest heavyweight.
He's going to be fighting Steve Miocic in 2018.
And I'll tell you, Johnny Hendricks, he was a machine. I'd love to
He
see
fought
him.
George St. Pierre.
Yeah.
Was that
He
before
beat
USADA?
George St. Pierre.
Yeah.
Was that before
He
USADA?
retired George St. Pierre.
Yeah.
All that. Lost so many fighters before USADA looked great.
Yep.
That's all I'm just saying. But look at Johnny. He can't make weight no more. His body's.
Yeah.
Do all that shit. Your body can't
Yeah.
act normal no more.
Now, how about the main event?
Yeah.
Where's this going? Two guys who have been in the UFC for 10 plus years are now headlining the biggest stage in the world. Me, personally, I'm not a fan of either one of these guys. And I've rooted against both of these guys.
That's
in
why I'm
every one of their fights, especially Dan Henderson against
I thought Dan
Bisping.
won that.
He did win that. So Dan should
Visually,
actually be
yeah.
defending his title against GSP. But at the end of the day, I'm liking Bisping in this fight because what kind of George St. Pierre are we going to see? Are we going to see a boring wrestling, laying on Michael Bisping fight? Or are we going to see a George St. Pierre before the Matt Serra knockout?
I don't think you're going to see that guy.
No.
For a number of reasons. Number one, he's not. If you look at the physical comparison, he's still very physically, fit.
He's never fought in the UFC at 85 either, has he?
Number,
No.
Yeah.
No,
So
has?
he's no.
Oh,
he hasn't.
no.
But he's not. He's not as physically fit as he was. Number one. Number two, he's older. He's
How old is he? 38?
He's no, not 38.
48?
No. No,
How old
but
is he? I don't know how
you know,
old
But
he
Randy
is.
Couture.
he's older when he came in the UFC, when he was beating guys like Matt Serra Matt Serra and Matt Hughes and all
Right.
these guys, to get where he built up his fame. He's obviously younger. He was more fit.
I think he's 38 years old, 39 years old. I
Something
I
bet.
don't think he's 30.
He's
He'll
old.
still be technical. I think.
Yeah,
that
he'll-
technicality
yeah,
doesn't
but
go.
I don't-
well, that
I don't think
doesn't go
he's-
away.
I don't think you're going to see that guy, that young fighter.
Yeah.
that
See,
hard
if he
that
wants to
had.
stay in the UFC, he's going to have to showcase more of a stand-up skill.
Yeah.
That's why I think against Bisping. And Bisping would be a good test to show some skills of that. But
I'm a Bisping fan
Bisping,
for this
he's
fight.
got great cardio, good boxing.
Huh?
He take a punch.
36, so he's my age.
36.
He's my age, but he's making more money and he's better looking.
Yeah. I like Bisping for this fight. Who do you got?
I got Bisping all day.
Who do you got, Eric?
Same.
I kind of want to go GSP, but I got Bisping knocking him out because I think GSP might try to stand with him a little.
Yeah.
And
Dakota,
then-
who
and
do you got?
If you see GSP go for
Yeah,
takedowns, it's over. But we'll
All
see.
right, so that's the main card. We'll be talking about both Bellator 186 and UFC 217 next Monday night.
Yeah, we got the special guest next Monday night, too. Hopefully Brad Kohler will be calling in.
Yeah,
Some big news.
which I guess that's very big news that you
Yeah.
guys are gonna be talking about next week.
Crazy.
We want to thank Eric Roncoroni coming in.
Appreciate it.
In
Appreciate
Dakota. Eric's going to be fighting Maverick MMA 4 against Phil Hawes. December 9th, State Theater, Easton, Pennsylvania.
Bring it,
Dakota's going to
baby.
be strutting her stuff,
That's right.
holding up the numbers. Hopefully she does it right this time.
I did it right. I did it right.
No, she did a good job, but we appreciate you both coming in.
Thank you
And,
for having
yeah,
us.
Thank you for everybody who watched and listened.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see you guys next week, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you for our sponsors. And Eric, you